I see you're back. Welcome back. Um, as you see, we're into early spring. It's 9:30 in the morning. We had a little bit of a hibernation. The ground has thawed. Um, our money has went down a little bit. Um, we're here at the dealership, and yeah, we found something. We made a bit of a deal. Um, of course, it's a John Deere. Um, 8760, 300 horsepower. Purchase price is under 100,000. It's older, but very much in good condition. And we rented this plow, and we're off to do the deed on our field. We are about to make a few adjustments. So here we go. I don't have any beacons on this. I don't know where the switch is anyway, so. She ain't the fastest tractor, but there's plenty of modifications available. We can bump up the horsepower a little bit, put some wider tires on if we need. A couple of things. We can put a 3-point on it if we want. A 3-point hitch, that is. If needed, depending on the type of seeder we're going to get, we may need to put a 3-point hitch on there. But for now, it is plenty good enough to pull this plow and to redecorate our fields, as it were. I had noticed something interesting. The chilly weather that we had took care of most of the weeds, at least it did in my field for now, anyhow. As there, if we take a quick look at our map, and here we are, as you can see, no weeds. No weeds. So, that's good. I didn't like seeing all those weeds, and I was wondering what I was going to do about them, but now I don't have to do anything about those weeds. I'm sure some more weeds will pop up this spring, as they tend to do. Yes, so, oh dear. So I believe if you watched the previous any of the previous episodes, I just kind of showed you a little bit of my plan and as how we are going to rearrange the fields. We're going to plow out some of the grass parts, and we're actually going to put a road in. Dividing the two fields where there's a bit of a spot. So actually, looking at it now, yeah. Oh, my farm dog has a request. There we go. yeah. Yes, 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 yes. So, we're going to cut across, actually, I'm going to leave this road here. We're going to divide this part here, leave that road in here, and continue that road through to facilitate access to the fields. Otherwise, when there's crop. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. It just takes a bit of planning. And things like writing the plan down would have helped a bit. Robert wasn't all too sure about it, but he kind of said it was under my discretion, as it were. So I said, well, that's what I'm gonna do. And these articulated tractors make for a bit of a squirrely plowing partner, shall we say. Alright, so we're doing that. Try to make a straight line. That would be nice. Straight lines are nice. I usually like to follow there's usually kind of shall we say, a lay of the land that's conducive to, north, south, east, west kind of orientation. So let's get lined up here. I want to line it up with there we go. Line it up with the edge of the field. This way, if we get any hired help, they are less apt to be confused with oddly angled fields and so forth. Yeah, I always talk of new equipment down at the old equipment store, of course. There's talk of bringing Versatile into this part of the country. I haven't really seen too much of them around at all. That would be nice. Nice addition to. They didn't say they were going to bring it in, but we might see a dealership pop up. We don't know. It's always a possibility. Things are always changing. It's a little bit crooked, but it's going to be the way it's going to be. It's close enough. Plowed up. I'm suspecting we're gonna have to hit it with some lime. Pretty sure it's gonna tell me, yeah. Well, we can look after that. I think we still have some lime left. Should be able to make quick work of that. And this should make it a little bit more easier to turn around implements and so forth without those nasty little trees getting in our way. Despite Robert the tree hugger. Not that I don't like trees. There's a place for trees, and it's not near my fields. That's all I'm saying. It's It's nice that they didn't pave the road here. That would have made it kind of awkward. And like I said, we're gonna extend the road there. It's gonna cost us a little bit. I mean, we might just leave it as grass initially. I don't suppose we're going to be traveling a lot on there, but I mean, either we'll just probably throw down a little bit of gravel there to keep it from getting too muddy. When we're, you never know when you might, you might have a bit of a rainy planting season or whatever. And yeah, so I'm just gonna carry on here, and got a little bit there. We'll catch up with you when I get to the part where I'm going to start making my road there. So let's do that then. So we're back. Yeah, I've been a little busy. I finished plowing out that area, and we've not the straightest job ever, but yeah, it's good enough for me. So we've grassed. I mean, we've basically returned this area here to it doesn't show because it never. Well, we didn't return it. We turned it into sod basically. So now that the seeders, even if there's workers, they're not going to cross that or anything. And then I thought I'd try out this little guy here. The information's a little bit, shall we say, vague. We shall say vague. It calls it a weeder. But then fertilize, I don't know. Yeah. We're just gonna see what it does. And, yeah. It's gonna do something. I'm not sure what it's gonna do. Is it, like I said, I think it was under weeders, but this is one of those little crazy little goofy little thing. Okay, I guess it's weeding. Can you turn it on? Okay, so it's it says well, I had some weeds pop up down yonder. I think. Yes, in the nether regions over there. What's that? Is it? That's because it was plowed. Never mind. If we're only getting spot weeds, and I can weed with this, that's going to save me on herbicide. I mean, it's same as... Turn it on. Oh. That was pretty useless. Those are brand new weeds. It should have... If it's a weeder... Okay then. I don't know what it does. There was another... Guess I should have read the owner's manual. there was one other option on it. I wonder. I'll take it over to the workshop here. Let's just see, let's see what, if I swap out the option on it, what that will do. I guess I should have asked what it would do before I bought it. Mistake number 675. All right. Yeah, that. Okay. It changed the paddles, or changed the rollers to that style instead of, well, the other style. Oakley-dokley then. Let's just open her up and turn it on. And is it doing anything? Okay, well, there you have it, folks. I don't know what does. I don't know what it does. It's, well, whatever it does, it's not doing anything the way I'm using it. So, I'm going back. I'm gonna take it back. I'll see you in a bit. All right, now that we have that sorted out, as you can see, we are cultivating. They apologized. They had mislabeled. I don't know what that other one was. They said it was a faulty wrist slide. Whatever it was. Yeah, took it back. They gave me this one. This is definitely cultivating, and they gave me a little, well, it's such a small, the funny thing is, I guess because I had already fertilized it, as we can quickly see, so I fertilized it in fall, if you recall. Strangely enough, this is reading 100% fertilized. I don't know how that's possible. But I'm not going to question why at this point. All I need to do after this is seed. And actually, I have a bit of an idea about that. Since we're cultivating, anyways, it is a perfect seed bed. You don't need a direct drill. You don't need, see, and it's tilled in those weeds. Now is it showing that yes. So we are cultivating, fertilizing, and weeding all at the same time. Now this is I haven't, I don't remember seeing this brand before. And where are we? Where is it? Where's the little guy? Lizard brand KZK604. Yeah, and it wasn't all that expensive. Especially since it's for all intents and purposes giving me 2 more states of fertilization. Even if I were to get my fertilizer for free, I would still have to pass over it twice instead of just once. This is a little bit nuts, but yeah, anywho, it might take me a little bit to get this done with this small of a cultivator. Kind of not the what I had envisioned. Our first year of seeding, if you may recall, was with Giant 9R and the John Deere, I think 23 meter air seeder. Yeah, ba-bam, just like that. This, although, as I said, since we are cultivating and in no more need of fertilizer, there is a broadcast spreading seed system which will make quick work of the seeding process. So time spent here means time saved on the next step. So that's yeah, that's the plan anyways. Yeah, so I finally met up with Rob there up in the north quadrant, northwest quadrant, northwest, yes, northwest quadrant up here. Mr. R. Rob, a very nice fellow. Had a little chit chat with him. He's running a pretty fine operation up there, and discussed maybe collaborating on a project or two, perhaps. We may meet up with him later. You never know. We see how things go. It may or may not happen, but he seemed very willing to meet up and collaborate on, I don't know, starting a little side project, a little side farm, doing a little, whatever. I don't know yet. We just kind of had a little bit of a cup of we had a cup of coffee, and no plans were made specifically, but Rabid Rob there, you might wanna check him out. He's up in my area here. So anyways, yes, mighty fine fellow. Likes his vintage TV shows. Always throwing up little passing quotes, and if you're sharp, you can pick them up. little impressions or quotes from old TV shows and movies and such. It keeps you thinking. It's something that I caught on to pretty quickly because, well, it's something I do that kind of baffles a lot of the people around me. I'll just throw out a quick quote from a movie or even TV commercials. For some reason, stick in my head, and I mean, from years ago yet, or little quotes from old, long-forgotten TV shows. But anyways, yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I watched a lot of TV as a child, but I mean, I spent a lot of time outside too, especially in the summer. Well, even in the winter. I mean, it gets pretty darn cold around here. Well, not here, but well, where I'm from. But I mean, schools. I mean, as a kid, it's like, oh, school. So you're there all day, every day of the week, and oh, yes. I mean, you think about it, I mean, you start at, I don't know. I don't even remember when school started. What, 9? Or something like that. And you're out at like 3:30. Like, come on. I who wouldn't want that for a job, right? But yeah, as a kid, so I mean, you get home and you start watching. I mean, whatever's on TV during the week, not much, but I mean, and we only had the 3 channels. I mean, we didn't. I don't even think cable was a thing. You had the rabbit ears, you call them, the antenna on the back of the TV. Hook that sucker up, and you flip your little rotary dial channel around until you knew you knew which channels they were. 3 was the French channel, if I remember. 359. No, not 2, 3, 5, and 9. Anyways, yeah. I mean, there was a lot more numbers on the dial than we had channels. Let's just say that much. And sometimes, if you angled the antenna just right, you could pick up a station very fuzzily from just across the border and catch some of that U.S. programming. And it was always a treat if you ever happen to get into the hotel and they had they got like 6 or 7 channels. It's like, wow. Oh my goodness! If you turned on your TV and you found out you only had 7 channels, you'd be calling your cable provider pretty quick. Anyways, yeah. So I mean, with only 3 channels on a cold winter's evening, shall we say, you watched what was on. They didn't have any PVRs, or I mean, they had like video tape recorders, VCRs. They were only called VCRs after a while when people got lazy, got tired of calling them video tape recorders. But anyways, even then, it was kind of like we're really spoiled now. I mean, you wanted to tape a show, you gotta set up the timer on the thing, and you gotta make sure it's not, they didn't screw up the date or something like that. And you come back and you found out you taped a show of, I don't know, The Price is Right instead of the special $6 Million Man episode you've been waiting for. The one with the Sasquatch in it, if anyone remembers that. That was probably my favorite one. Anyways, yes, the $6 Million Man. I am that old. I'm also a Gilligan's Island fan, just like I found out Rob is. Now there's a classic that that you don't hear much about anymore. And I mean, to watch it now, it's pretty goofy, but I don't know, it's just, There's something about it. There's just a goofy, campy, kind of innocent kind of TV shows you don't get nowadays. And there was quite a few of them. I mean, it's kind of cliche, but they don't make TV like they used to. I mean, when I was a kid, reality TV was the news at 6 o'clock. That was our reality TV. When they made TV programs, they had writers and they thought up stuff and yeah. But anyways, kind of a bit of a rant, I suppose. I really don't watch much TV anymore. Mostly news and sports. Yeah, pretty much. Although trying to think of a TV show that I really like right now, and I really can't think of it. I mean, I've always liked Star Trek from the pretty much very first time I seen it. I mean, and I was born after they taped the last episode, so I think it was 63, the first episode. Yeah, it only lasted 3 years, but I mean, the reruns went on and on and on, and I watched every one of them, and it's just for me that's the I mean, that is Star Trek, and then the movies. The movies were, I think the original movies were very, very true to the original genre, for the most part. There's some little goofy parts to some of them, but I mean, that was the 80s for you. And then came along the next generation, which by then everybody was like kind of hungering for something. The movies had kind of had their run. The original actors had got on in age, and so I mean, looking back at that series now is kind of cringeworthy to a degree, but I mean, they still had some lovable characters. I mean, Captain Picard is still probably, I'm gonna say it's tough for me. I mean, Captain Kirk is number one, of course, but then I do like Picard though. But now my brain has gone blank. Deep Space Nine was that, so anyways, Deep Space Nine was quite, I'd say it was quite different than the other series. Much darker, kind of more gritty kind of version. They touched on kind of subjects and scenarios that the others really wouldn't, places the other series wouldn't really go. Although Enterprise was somewhat gritty in its own way, but I found that one probably less interesting than some of the others. But I still can't. My brain has gone completely blank. But the captain of the space station there on Deep Space Nine, I really did like his his uh, his portrayal of that captain. Very kind of, I don't know. I just liked him in that. And it had some interesting characters. A little interesting mix of characters on that. Actually, speaking of Deep Space Nine, so we have a car show that well, not this year or last year, but the World of Wheels, it's called. It comes around every year, and local guys put their vehicles in there, and they often have, they always have celebrities of one ilk or another, or one level or another, to show up to these that travel with or come to these shows to attract people to it and have an extra thing, and they'll sign. They may or may not sign autographs. I mean, some of them charge for autographs, et cetera, et cetera. One year, actually, William Shatner did attend. One year, I wasn't at that one. Apparently, he was charging $50 for an autograph. But anywho, I love Will. I love Will. He's the best overacting captain I've ever known or seen. But anyways, back to the story. Deep Space Nine. So Odo, and again I can't remember his real name. Azerbaijan or something like that. Anyways, I butchered that, I'm sure. I want to say he's passed on, if I remember correctly. Now, but anyways, he was a very if anyone, I mean, if anyone who knows the show is like knows who I'm talking about. But anyone who has, he played a fairly gruff. He was an alien, a shape-shifting alien, and he took on the form of humans to be the security officer on this space station. And he was a pretty gruff, non-funny kind of character, a very straight-up, very business, very like a business-like type of character, and he was at this and he was at one of the last Comic Cons that came. What was Comic Con? Sorry, Comic Con. World of Wheels has celebrities too, but this was Comic Con. Anyways, too much beer, or not enough, one or the other. So anyways, there was the line was deceptively non-existent at where he was as I was walking by. So I mean, literally, there was no one in line to see him, and it was. I mean, he's if you know who I'm talking about, he is immediately recognizable as to who he is, because they did redo a whole lot of makeup, transformation for him for the show. He looked pretty much like what he looks like, and I mean, that's not the only show he was on. He had played parts in other TV shows and so forth. But anyways, back to my long-winded story. I won't go through the whole conversation, but he's pretty much the same person as he played on the TV series Deep Space Nine, unless for some strange reason he was playing it up, but I don't think so. He was gruff, he was straight to the point, and he didn't have not even an ounce of sense of humor. It was actually quite hilarious thinking back on it. But anyway, it's just funny because yeah, look at that, fully fertilized, cultivated, and ready to rock. Um, yeah, so I mean, it's it's funny when you, I mean, to meet somebody. I mean, to think that you know someone from watching them on TV is silly, because I mean, they're acting, they're paid to act, they're playing a character, and if they're good, if they're a good actor, they're going to play the character as it's written. However, I mean, many actors do implement some of their own personality into the character too, and I think that's what happened with Odo and the fine actor that played him. So yeah, but it's just, I mean, I'm not a starstruck kind of person. I mean, you do get a little bit of that if you tend to meet somebody that's, what do you call, celebrity wise or famous, I guess. You kind of not know what to say. I did happen to meet another character, or well, an actress that was on the Deep Space Nine TV show. She played. She was she had the part of the girlfriend of the Ferengi. She was a Dabo girl from the Ferengi, the gambling lounge on the Deep Space Nine station there. Who was she was the girlfriend of the ditzy, the brother of the. Oh no, I can't. It's been so long since I watched it. Can't remember their names now. Anyways, that was funny too, because there wasn't there wasn't anyone lined up. I don't know what it was about. It's like walking around there, no one lined up to see her, but it's funny. So I go, so I walk up there, and you know, everybody. It was like they have posters and stuff, and they have a little thing about like what they did and why they're there, and why, you know, why were they invited there or whatever. And so, you know, it was kind of seeing it there. It's like, oh yeah, I remember her. And so I walk up there and I say hi to her, and I didn't want to ask her the obvious, like, oh, what was it like working with you know, so and so, or what was it like working with, I mean, that's what everybody asks, right? So I wanted to be like, hey, like, what do you know? So I said, well, I asked, what are you doing, you know, now? And and right in front of her, so I guess she's not a bad looking, you know, lady. So my sister was with me, and so yeah. Anyways, I walk up there, and it's like I go up to her, and I asked her. It's like, oh, what have you been doing lately? And my sister's looking down at the table in front of us, and there's a bunch of photos, I guess she was selling to sign, of her, like, very scantily clad with an American flag kind of draped around, like, her holding it behind her, kind of like the Olympic style thing. And my sister's like, kind of like snickering and kind of like looking at the pictures while I'm asking her what she's been doing lately. And it's like, and then afterwards, it's like, you didn't see the pictures on the? You're asking her what she's been doing. It's like, you know, anyways. Maybe it's not funny to you, but it was pretty funny at the time, and it's still funny to me now, anyways. But if anyone, I mean, not everyone's into Comic-Con, but we kind of, it's kind of a, it's fun. It's a fun time. People get dressed. You go there, you see what kind of costumes. I mean, the if anyone ever played Mass Effect, there seems to be quite a following for that series, because we did see quite a few people dressed up as characters from at least I think it was the third one. At the time, Andromeda was not out yet, so the Mass Effect 3, and some pretty elaborate costumes, very impressive. I think that was at the year yeah, I dressed up a couple times, nothing too fancy. Me and my brother and his friend, we went as vault dwellers from Fallout. With what did we? Oh, Vault 101, I believe we had. Or was it 13? Well, I can't remember now. Wow, old timers. It's getting to me. Anyways, that was fun. I mean, if you got a decent costume, you get a fair bit of interest. Not that I must show off or anything like that, but it's kind of cool. You're walking around, people like want your picture. You're posing for pictures and stuff like that. And then you see other guys. We did see something pretty cool. I don't know if I think he must. There's one fellow. I think he must go to a lot of these Comic-Cons. And if you ever have, you probably know who he is. He is the spitting image of Leonard Nimoy. He's probably about a foot taller. This guy is. I swear he must be 7 feet tall. This guy is absolutely huge, but not big, like not big wide, but tall. But I mean, he's proportionately, he's not overly skinny, but he's not like hulking. I mean, he literally is a spitting image of Leonard Nimoy, and of course he's all dressed up as Spock, right? So, when we went, it was the Spock from Spock in his Admiral uniform. It's kind of that turtleneck type uniform that he wears in, I believe it was Star Trek 4? The Voyage Home? Pretty sure he had his Admiral uniform on that time. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it was really hilarious. He's like, yeah. Anywho. Well, I guess I babbled. I mean, I'm not gonna finish this while I'm talking to you. So I think we're just. I mean, after this, we're gonna hit up the seating. So that'll probably be in another episode. I'm just gonna chug along. This is maybe listen to the radio or something, or listen to some music, or listen to my dog bark. Don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this episode and me just babbling on endlessly about Star Trek and movies and TV, and maybe we'll talk about something else next time. But anyways, if you liked the episode, throw a like up there. If you didn't like the episode, you're probably not watching anymore. If you want to subscribe, I'd be happy. I take notice. I don't have many subscribers right now. Don't even, I mean, that's cool. I really enjoyed this little chat I had with possibly one or two other people. Yeah. What else? Oh, yes. I'm Looney Farm Guy. I hope you enjoyed this little chat we had while I'm going up and down this field. This little tractor with this little cultivator in this very big field. Yeah. But you know what? It's a game, so you really should have some fun with it. Till next time. Bye for now.